This is video number 5 in the My Fantasy League Platinum app tutorial videos. We're going to go over news and players. So to access news, you're just going to click the news icon. The first thing that loads is news about your players. So any player on your roster that has something newsworthy come out about them, it'll be on this screen. You can also see the entire NFL news by just hitting the NFL news button in the top right. And this will show everything that's happening in the NFL in general. Under the enter search terms box, you can put a specific player name or team or whatever you want to narrow the search results to. And then if you're interested in any of the articles, you can just click on them and it opens up a quick little blurb with the news information about them. So that's a great way to stay in touch with what's going on both with your team as well as in the NFL in general. Then on the players menu, this is a pretty in-depth menu. You can do a lot in it. Basically, you can access information about every player in the app. You can search by a specific player's name, team, or position right in that search name, team, or position box, and then the results will all come down here. Right now I have it filtered, so it's only showing rookies, but you can change the filters by hitting the filter button in the top right. And first there's the player list, so you can show all players, just my players, injured players, players that are the top ads, meaning across my fantasy league, the players that are getting the most attention from other users, top drops, players that aren't doing well, and that a lot of teams are bailing on, as well as owns, starters, top players traded, players from your watch list, and players from your draft list. You can also filter it by position, so if you just want to see QBs or defensive linemen, whatever, you can go ahead and select whichever position it is you want to pick. And then down at the bottom, you can do it by experience. So like I said, I've got rookies showing now. You can also just show all players or veterans only if you want to leave rookies out of it. And then down at the bottom, some additional options. Free agents only, so this will only show players that you can add to your team. Right now rookies are locked, so it's showing them, but you can't actually add them. You can hide injured players, hide NFL free agents, so that's if they're not on an NFL team. During the season, if there's a bye week coming up and you don't want any players that aren't going to be able to contribute that week, you can hide the players on bye. Hide locked players, so if another team in your league has dropped a player and they're on waivers, they'll be locked. So if you don't want to see those players because you have to go through waivers, you can hide them from hide locked players. And then down at the bottom, just stats here. So if you want to see how the player did in prior years, you can go ahead and click on this and it'll just switch from one year to another. Once you're done, you just go ahead and click close. So this shows you all players across my fantasy league. There are over 2,000 of them. And then it shows a bunch of information about their statistics. So right now it's showing 2020 rookies who didn't have any statistics. It shows their average draft position, their projections, so that's how many points they're projected to score this week, what their status is in your league, as well as the rest of their stats here. So it's a quick, easy way to see players if you're looking for someone specific or if you're just trying to see who's out there. If you click on any player, it'll bring up their player menu. It'll show you their background information, what team they're on, any news about them, their statistics. You can also click manage up here if you want to add them to your waivers or to your watch list. I'll also show you what happens if it's a player on a team. So right now we're just going to show all players. It loads. There you go, 2,034 players. So for example, Jonathan Taylor, if you're interested in who owned them, you can go ahead and see. If you want to try to make a trade for them, you can just click manage and then propose trade or add to watch list. So quick little menu, very useful during the season to find players that you're looking for.